Action stations.
Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here, and today we have a live reaction replay featuring the Tier 10 Pan-Asian Destroyer, the Yueyang. Now, the Yueyang is a boat I don't know that much about. I know it has deep water torpedoes. I also know it can have radar if chosen to do so. Today's Yueyang is being piloted by one Lithuanian Terror, well, I'll probably just refer to as Lithuanian from here on out. Now, if you're new to this type of video here on the channel, I have not seen this video at all. Well, this replay at all, I should say. I'm watching it live with you guys, so you guys are going to get my genuine live reaction to whatever is going to go on in the replay. So that's how this is going to work. He is on arms race. Let's take a look at the team. Thankfully, this replay loaded both sides this time. So he's got a Conqueror, a Thunderer, a Pomeran, a Vladivostok, a Bismarck, Hindenburg, Rune, Bagami, Yonde, himself in the Yueyang, a Groningen, and a Benson, against an Akazuki, a Fletcher, Holland, a Malfi, Otago, Azuma, Yoshino B, North Carolina, a Ragnarok, Ruprecht, Schlieffen, and a Kremlin. And it is arms race on, was this? Yeah, Northern Waters. I don't really recognize the maps when the cap points aren't up. It's kind of weird. I can normally tell what we're on based upon the caps and such, but when there are no caps, it's just a bunch of funny little islands splattered all around the map. Now, the Yueyang is also a torpedo boat, obviously having deep water torpedoes. Deep water torpedoes are torpedoes that, in the game's logic at least, they run deeper in the water, carry a bigger charge, but since they run deeper in the water, they can only hit cruisers, battleships, and aircraft carriers, and cannot hit destroyers. I think there's also some like lighter cruisers that are also exempt from deep water torpedoes. I think ships like the Atlanta, I think, don't quote me on that, and it has to do with, you know, the destroyer that's equipped with deep water torpedoes as well. The Asashio, the Japanese destroyer with deep water torpedoes, can only hit battleships and aircraft carriers. So it's a pretty hot pick for clan battles right now. Alright, so Lithuanian here, he grabs the HP buff in the middle of the map. His team has also managed to secure the healing buff as well, but the enemy team has managed to pick up their own in addition to that. So he's being a good little DD, capping the points, and he's also spotting right now. He did just use his torpedo reload booster to reload his deep water torps. And it looks like he was considering sending a second set after that Schlieffen. Although that first set looks pretty good. Man, Schlieffen, don't do it. Don't do it, Schlieffen. It's only... You have Hydro. Oh no, he's gonna feed into the stereotype. Oh no, Schlieffen. I think this might be a dead Schlieffen. So he's gonna eat 4. And these things do, well, you're about to see how potent they are, I believe, here in a second. Oh, come on, Schlieffen, you have Hydro. There he goes. Yep. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, Lithuanian has 56,000 damage up on the board already. Ah, God, rip that Schlieffen. Well, yeah, I wonder if he has Hydro on now. I think we're going to find out with the second rack of torpedoes. That's the one thing I try to pound into German battleship players' head. You have Hydro. You can see the torpedoes. Now, yes, the deep waters, they're spotted at a lesser range because they run deeper in the water, so therefore apparently Hydro picks them up later on. But still, you have Hydro. You have more forewarning than anybody else. Alright, so the Holland decides he wants to throw hands with Lithuanian. Lithuanian gets his guns on target. The Yueyang does have 6 5-inch guns as well, and it is very much capable of defending itself, as you're seeing here with the Holland. Now, he does also have a Benson buddy apparently going with him too, so hey, 2-on-1, that's a fight you definitely want to take. So they're gunning down the Holland. Holland does have a heal though. It's a slow boat. He does have, I think he does have speed boost up trying to get out of the situation, and it does have a heal, but I mean, when you're being focused on by 1, 2, I think they got 3 ships in the fight as well. Yeah, looks like that Vladivostok threw some shells at the Holland. That's what you want. Holland is popping depth charges for some reason. Now, unfortunately, the Holland did take out the friendly Benson. And looks like Lithuanian did manage to grab another buff there. Looks like he's going dark, however, now. And trying to disengage from the Holland. Because as you can see, the Holland apparently has the better gun build than the Yueyang. He's Ooh, dodges that salvo just nicely from the Atago. Oh man, he had 5 looking at him there. He had half the team targeting him there. At the end of that engagement, does manage to sell around that. I think the Ruprecht or the Conqueror threw some shells at him there at the end as well. Okay, so now in normal situations, he did just essentially remove the Holland from the game. The Holland does have a couple of heals, and this is arms race, so there is that permanent heal going on at a reduced rate. So that Holland could just kind of chill for a few minutes, then come back into the match. Now, Lithuanian can do that as well, since his team does have a heal up as well, and he has 2 health bonuses going on as well. So his Yueyang now has 22,000 HP. Throws some more torpedoes out toward that Ragnarok. Pops his engine boost. He's probably going to try and get, if I was him at least, go out west and come up behind these battleships. It's never a good thing to let destroyers just kind of wander around the map without being checked, because they can get into some very advantageous positions where they can either keep your team permanently spotted or they can get their torpedoes out and about. It's also a good match to watch if you want to see like kind of the process of a torpedo boat during a game. If you're wondering, like, you know, how does this DD get there, or why is he coming from this angle, or, you know, why do I keep getting hit by invisible torpedoes? It's a pretty good thing to watch matches like this. Looks like you might clip that Ragnarok there with those. Yep, okay, that's 2 hits on the Ragnarok. I believe he has the special Pan-Asian commander. His name escapes me right now, but he did just get the bonus to the torpedo speed and the booster cooldown time and an additional charge of the torpedo reload booster. The Schlieffen, well, the torpedoes ran out before they could get to the Schlieffen. They only have a 13.5 kilometer range. And man, if you look at the minimap too, the situation, his team's down by 3 already. The enemy team has 3 buffs. They have the damage buff almost at full charge. They have the reload and the healing buff. They're down 2 DDs. Lithuania is the only DD left on the friendly side, and they're down a cruiser. Enemy team's only down 1 cruiser so far. So this is suboptimal for Lithuanian's team. Now the Palmer there did just finish off that Holland, so that's a good pickup. Lithuania is up to 87,000 damage right now. Oh man, so shoot. Since he's the last DD alive, he needs to, well, cap some more buffs for his team and try to level the DD game. But again, he has torpedoes that can only hit cruisers and battleships. Now, he does have guns, and the guns are okay as far as torpedo boat DDs go, from my understanding. But he's got an Akazuki he's got to deal with, which is that's a bit of a Daka boat there. That's the tier 8 Japanese gunboat. But if he can surprise him, I mean, hey, Tenji has a Bismarck and a Rune to help him out there too. Let's see what he does here. Now the zone has opened up to be captured. Ooh, there's some shells from the Akazuki. So let's see. He's moseying on to the zone. I'm going to assume he's going to try and go for that healing buff. But I'm thinking that Akazuki is using that as bait for his... Oh, man! I thought he had it. Dang. Alright. Hey, the Megami managed to torpedo the Akazuki. Okay. So now... Good. That's a good thing for him, because that was about to be a very awkward situation there. Just hitting a torpedo, and now he has to take on an Akazuki. God, but the Azuma takes out the friendly Bismarck. So it's 3-4 now. 1 friendly battleship, 1 cruiser, and 2 DDs down on the friendly side of things. Enemy team's down 2 DDs and 1 cruiser. So both sides are down to 1 destroyer left. He has a Fletcher to deal with. And, man, they're down by 120 points so far. Dumps all of his torpedoes in the general direction of the Azuma. Okay, now he's going to secure that heal that Bismarck is going for. Azuma's down. Sorry, Azuma. Fletcher's down to 8k. And he's spotted right now. He's down to 5k. So let's see. He's going to pop his smoke screen here. I'm going to guess he might try to wander into that heal. He's getting his guns out on the Fletcher, which is a good thing. You want to get the enemy's DD down, then you cut their eyes out. So let's see. Is this going to go well? Let's get him spotted. Oh, the Pommern Hydro is keeping him spotted. See? Not all German battleship players forget that they have Hydro. Just apparently the Schlieffen at the beginning of this match so far is living up to that stereotype. Alright, so this should be a dead Fletcher here. Yep. Yes. Okay, cool. The Pommern gets him out. Lithuanian throws it into full speed ahead to grab this heal. Pretty even game so far. Ooh, manages to get 2 torpedo hits and a flood. I'm guessing he hit the... Oh, he did hit the Azuma. Sure enough, depth strike right there, ladies and gents. 123,445 damage done so far. We're only 9 minutes in. Oh, man. Poor Azuma player. And he spots, what was that, the Kremlin there? Oh, yes. Ooh. Now, I'm no torpedo boat captain, but that looks like a tasty target. He's got 5 seconds left on his torpedoes. Let's see. Is he going to dump these or is he going to wait? I'm all interested to see, like, what's going through a torpedo boat captain's head, because I can gunboat pretty well in DD's torpedo boats. Not so much. Alright, so the enemy North Carolina gets down. Again, we're pretty close here on ships. 6 versus 5 down so far. The enemy team's down 6. Friendly team's down 5. I'm sorry, 4. Good thing I'm not a math teacher. Now, what's going on here is that you got this Rupert and this Ragnarok that's cut off from the rest of the friendly team. It's like the enemy team has the eastern side of the map pretty much on lockdown. Oh, well, let's see. The Ragnarok. He's a return customer here. Let's see if he gets him this time again. Yeah, but the western side is controlled by the friendly, eastern side is controlled by the enemy. Now, the big factor here is that Lithuanian is out and about in his destroyer. He's still up. So, at this point, the enemy team doesn't have any eyes, they don't have any spotting, they don't have anyone to run torpedo interference on the enemy ships, they don't have anyone to screen for torpedoes for the friendly ships. So, this is a huge advantage to Lithuanian's team. And is this Mogami going to eat these torpedoes? He's going to eat 1. Okay, takes him down to 15k. Unfortunately, those deep waters on the Ragnarok did miss. And he's got another 50 seconds till he gets some more torps. And 45 seconds till his torpedo reload booster is off of cooldown. He's also going to grab this reload buff here for his team. And that should... well, there goes the Mogami. Ragnarok gets the Mogami. Now we're down 5-6. So you got Yoshinobi, Kremlin sitting in cap, keeping it contested. So yeah, I definitely would want to get some torpedoes out on him right now, because all he's doing is he's backing up and going forward on that little island right there. So if he can get a rack or two off here, then he can take this Kremlin out, and that's going to be a huge pickup for his team. Because then they'll be able to free the cap, because the Yoshino, the Otago, the Schlieffen, and the Rupert, and the Ragnarok are not in the cap circle. Alright, so he goes ahead, dumps his torpedoes out, pops his reload booster as well, where he can get 2 more racks of torpedoes out as fast as he can. Yoshino B takes out the rune, so now it's 6-6 in terms of ships. Dumps torpedoes at the Ragnarok, dumps torpedoes at the Kremlin. Oh man, is he going to do what I think he's going to do here? Or is he going to get robbed? Let's see, ladies and gentlemen. That Ragnarok's bow into it. Kremlin, looks like he spot him trying to turn. And 1, 2... 2 hits on the Kremlin, not enough to take him down. And the Ragnarok, ooh, I think he might get that Ragnarok here. Those 2 on the left look like they're going to hit. And 1, 2. Not enough to get him out, though. Down to 4k HP with the heal, taking back up to 5. Popping his smoke screen. He's going to go guns blazing on the Ragnarok. He wants his kill here on the Ragnarok. Kremlin, man, just took out the Vladivostok. But the Hindenburg's going to come from behind and help him with this Ragnarok here. Oh, that's probably going to kill him there with that Hindenburg AP. Nope, it didn't. Fire on the Ragnarok. That should tick very nicely. Okay, that's a dead Ragnarok. But the Pommern. The Pommern gets the kill. Okay. So now, enemy team's got it. They're up 80 points. They have 3 battleships and a cruiser left. Friendly team's got a destroyer, cruiser, and 2 battleships left. And what's really a thorn in their side is that Kremlin just contesting the cap. Now, although he did just leave the cap for some reason, I'm assuming he saw the deep water torpedoes, he decided, nah, I can't stay there. Which it is a smart thing to do, because yes, you're holding the cap, but I mean, if you're going to eat a wall of torpedoes, you can't stay there. You got to get out of there. So my guess is they might push around, deal with this Conqueror, then come back up into the A cap. Because you get that Conqueror down, then they don't have to worry about anybody from down south, and then they can push into the cap, and then deal with the Thunderer, and then take the cap. Okay, so Yoshino, Kremlin in front of him, he takes another increased HP buff, which does give his team another 20 points, so now they're only down by 40 points. So 1 kill will swing it. or of course capping the cap will swing, because it's like 10 points a tick once you take the cap. So Thunder's in the cap now as well. So let's see, there's Kremlin and Yoshi. That's a pretty healthy Conqueror down there, although, you know, hey, if the dude shows them a little bit too much ankle and that Kremlin can get some shells into the Conqueror's Citadel, that's going to be it for that Conqueror. Ooh, Thunderer 8. Yep, there we go. Thunderer eats of Yoshino's torps. That's really... Thunderer, a battleship with cruiser maneuverability. It literally has a 10-second rudder shift on a battleship. Eats torpedoes. Alright, so he gets 2 more sets out on the Kremlin. Can he finally get this Kremlin to eat some torpedoes and perish? Let's see. Ooh, remember what I was saying about the Conqueror side versus the Kremlin? Yeah. Although that Yoshino might walk into it as well. So, Conqueror is bowing to the Kremlin. That's not the best thing ever. The Conqueror is a great ship to kite with. Ooh, is Yoshino going to hit these torps? I think he is. He is. This is a dead Yoshino here, ladies and gents. Although he may... No, he's eating 2 set. Unless... Okay, I was about to say unless the AP gets it. There we go. So that's kill number 2 for Lithuanian here. And he gets Confederate and High Caliber out of that as well. He's up to 202,000 damage. Let's see who's going to really strive by here against this Conqueror and this Kremlin. So they do have the caps. They are getting a... Oh, well, nope, there we go. So they do have the cap. So they are getting plenty of points now at the moment. If you look at the minimap, that Ruprecht was last spotted about to push into this cap. And now, all of the friendly team's health is gone. They have a Hindenburg and a Yueyang now, against a Ruprecht, a Schlieffen, and a Kremlin. Ruprecht and Schlieffen both have Hydroacoustic Search, which, that's no good if you're trying to be an undetected DD. Alright, so let's see. He's got 3 seconds left on these torps. And let's see what's going to happen here. Alright, 1 set out, another set out. Now again, Ruprecht, Schlieffen, both have Hydro. Kremlin's a little down south, so I don't think he has the speed to get back into the match. The Ruprecht and the Schlieffen are very fast, though. We're talking about 35 plus knots on each one, I do believe. I know the Schlieffen can boogie at 35 plus knots. But the Ruprecht, I'm pretty sure it's around there as well. Battle cruisers be like that. Alright, so he's eyeing up the Kremlin now, because he's going to have to deal with him if this Ruprecht, depending on what happens here with this Ruprecht. 2 minutes left on the clock. They do have a pretty healthy points lead, though. Up, 2 more hits. Man, why? Oh, he's going to get with the double whammy. So, come on, again, German battleship commanders, use your Hydroacoustic Search! Ah, there we go. That's death strike number 2 for Lithuanian. Against a battleship with Hydroacoustic Search. And it looks like he's got another customer coming up with the Schlieffen there. Is his torpedoes up? 40 seconds left on his torps. Let's see. I mean, shoot, at this point, he could just pop smoke and farm these German battleships because they don't want to use their Hydroacoustic Search. Again, Rupert... Oh, that would have been a plot twist, ladies and gents. Man's gonna get, like, Dreadnought and a Yueyang. Oh, my God. So, let's see. There we go. The final tick of the match is done. So, 2 death strikes, 3 kills, 300,000 damage, darn near. Man, again, German battleship commanders, use your Hydroacoustic Search. I am, of course, a German battleship enjoyer. And I always kick myself when I am caught without that running. But I mean, like, when there's a deep water DD around and you're spotted and you can't see what's targeting you, yeah, that probably means you're the target. Oh my God, he did get Dreadnought. Oh, we got a destroyer getting Dreadnought. Without a destroyer, there's not a hill getting Dreadnought. Of course, it's arms race because, you know, goofy mode is goofy. But good lord. So let's be a lesson to you battleship drivers out there. Use your Hydroacoustic Search, especially when you're pushing into the cap and there's a DD left alive on the enemy team and he keeps nuking your ships from the center of the cap. I mean, obviously, if the Ruprecht had Hydro on, he should have seen those torpedoes. Now, yes, he wouldn't have been able to turn fast enough to escape all of them because they're deep water torpedoes and they're detected at a much shorter range. But still, he shouldn't have eaten the second wall of torpedoes. But man, so good job there, Lithuanian. Thank you for sending that in. Man got 1 million credits, 273,000 damage done after it was all said and done. And he came, of course, #1 on his team. And let's see, I'm having to open up the files to see what his, yep, 3,500 base XP. Good lord, good lord, good lord. Well deserved from Lithuanian there. So guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 50,000 subscribers thanks to you guys. And we're getting very close to that goal. Hope you guys have a wonderful Tuesday, a wonderful rest of your week. And hope to catch you guys in the next one.